Hello everybody and welcome to Workshop Studios. Today is an early day in spring, kind of still in early March, and the groundhog did not see his shadow, so we have an early spring this year, which is great, but our challenge is right here. See that pretty pink tree there? That's one of our peaches, and there's 3 of them right across here. That's the first one to bloom. And the challenge is that when it blooms early like this, we don't have as many pollinators out. In fact, I'm not sure we have any pollinators out at this point. And last year that tree didn't have any fruit on it. And so my thought is that because it's such an early spring and there's no pollinators out, that nothing gets pollinated and we don't get any fruit. So this year, I'm going to go and show you what we're going to do to basically be our own pollinators. So join us as we become pollinators this time. All right, so here we are close up to the blooms, and you can see that there's all of the little bits in there that need to get pollinated. So the pollen is in there, and the things that need to be pollinated are in there. And if you have any questions about that, you can talk to your parents about the birds and the bees and the flowers. So what I do is have this just regular old paintbrush, there it is, and I go in here and just stir it around. And there's a couple of great videos out there on the old interweb about doing this, but that's all there's to it. Just trying to get the pollen to move from the pollinators to the pollinatees. This is what a bee would do. Let's move over here to these. So it doesn't take long. I just do sort of a thing like that, and that's it. And I'm just going to keep going as far as I can. I'm going to show you one other trick. That tree is pretty tall, actually. It's probably a good 15 feet up, and there are some blooms that are right up at the top. I'm not going to be able to reach those probably, so we may not get fruit up there, but that's all right because it's harder to pick. But I have this. This is old aluminum tubing that I had left over. You could get some other things. Copper would do it. And I've stuck the paintbrush in the end. So now I'll show you. So if I want to get these taller flowers up here, I'll just unwind this. And then I can reach up here and do the same thing. And then you have to brush in there. So it's just sort of a little extension thing that can help to get up to the upper flowers there. So that's it for now. So I will go ahead and do the rest of the tree. I won't bore you with that. And it maybe take me 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And some people suggest doing this every day for a little while. Ooh, I see a pollinator. Hang on. And there he is right there. So you can dig it into the bloom. So we do have a few out, which is good. See how he's in there crawling around. So that's excellent, but it's the first bee I've seen. There he is up there. I don't see any others around. So our one bee has a lot of work to do. Oh. So forgot to tell you, this is a Belle of Georgia, the one that's flowered earliest. This one is a Florida Prince, and it's just opening. You can see its little flowers there. Oops, got a little too close. So you can see the difference. This is kind of a pinker bloom. This one's a little more peachy colored. And then this one on the end is Alberta. And although it's got blooms or buds on it, nothing's really opened up yet. And then down there is a nectarine. Oops, there it is right there. And there's apples and a pear tree in here and a plum over there someplace. If you want any more, I'll put links to the putting this orchard together. But next I'll show you what has happened and see if we get any fruit on these trees this year. Well, I guess our pollinating worked. Here's some peaches here. There we go. They're all over the place. You can see them, all the little baby peaches. And this is the tree that didn't bear any fruit last year, and it is loaded. Let's check these other 2 out that we pollinated. Oh yeah, got fruit all over the place. There it is right there. You can see them on all these branches. Yep, that one's loaded. And how about this one? Yeah, it's not quite as advanced, but you can see the little fruit in there. There's one there. Yep, perfect. Looks like we got a lot of fruit on our peach trees this year. All right, so here's an update. You can see the fruit is definitely getting bigger, and there's a lot of it. Hopefully you can see all of the fruit hanging on the trees here. So this tree is definitely gonna have some fruit on it this year. And here's the Florida Prince. It's got quite a bit of fruit on it as well. And over here is the Alberta, and it also has fruit, a little less mature. Let's see if I can find a good batch of them here. There's some little ones there. I don't know if you can see these. There we go. They're just a little bit smaller. So, give you an update in just a couple of weeks. Quick update on peaches. This is the Belle of Georgia. There it is down there, Belle of Georgia. And it's got lots of fruit on it. It's dropped a lot, but it certainly still has a lot on it. Just getting to be about, I'd call it walnut size, a little bigger than that. I expect them to get quite a bit bigger. And this one is the Florida Prince. It's about the same size on these. I guess you could say they're showing a little bit of color, but they've got a ways to go. Down here protecting them is our Mr. Owl, and then over here is the Alberta peaches, and again about walnut size, showing just a little bit of color. Those are the ones that probably are most in the sun. So we'll see how they progress. Also, these peach trees have gotten a little taller than I was looking to do. Should have probably topped them, but I wanted to see what this season brought. They're probably a good 20 to 25 feet up now, and I think that may be close to their maximum height. I thought they'd be about the same height as this dogwood here, this one here. So they're getting there. Anyhow, they filled out nicely. I'm trying to get a little better shape on them, but mostly it's for the fruit. All right, now we have an orchard update. It's June 17th, and as a reminder, over here we have the Belle of Georgia. We have Florida Prince and Alberta. And the first ones that are going to be ready are right here in the middle, like last year. This is the Florida Prince. And you can already see there's good color coming on them. And they're not too bad in size. You can see compared to my hand, they're not huge, but they're getting there. Next, it's hard to tell which one's going to be next. This is the Belle of Georgia. You can see not as big, not as much color, but coming along nicely. And this is the Alberta. Again, coming along nicely, but a little ways behind. But this tree is so loaded, I don't know if you can see it in there, but it's so loaded I had to put a rope on there. And you can see the rope goes out to that branch, comes across the top of the tree, and then I've winched it over to that tree there. So it's pulling this whole tree back this way as well as that branch up that way. It's just so heavy and it's leaning down the hill. This is downhill this way. So, wow, just tons of peaches on there this year. I'll give you an update in a little bit. So there's so much fruit on it that the Florida Prince tree, this is the back side of it now, had to hook up a pulley system to yank it all back this way. So it's hooked to a branch way up top there, up there, and is basically pulling the whole tree backwards. It's hooked back here with Mr. Owl here guarding everything. So you can see the fruit back here is coming along nicely as well. So I'll let you in on the harvest as we get there. Well, disaster happened right there. I hope you can see it, but the branch broke. So this is all hanging down low here. All of this fruit is on a branch that's broken. I'm going to leave it. We'll see if that fruit will ripen on the tree there like that. But not only is that, but you can see that one's bent way over there. So I think as time goes on, this next season, I'm going to go ahead and prune these trees down a lot lower, because those top branches are they're just too weak to hold on to that much fruit. So I'm hoping that one that I put the rope on, here's the rope, goes out to that one, will stay up there, but even that's looking dicey. So, but there's still a ton of fruit, so it's not like we're going to be short of peaches, but still it feels like a sad thing, a sad day when a branch breaks off like that. Here's a view from this side. Luckily I had some long boards left over from the deck project that I could go and prop up some of these other ones. But you can see it kind of, I don't know if you can see this, but it sort of opened up right in the middle and branches went that way and this way. And so I think I've propped up most of them now. I'm hoping they'll survive, but clearly they've got to be much shorter than that when I prune this year. All right, so there's the fruits of our labor, literally. Isn't that a beaut? But that's only one of hundreds.
A lot.
Thousands of them on there, I think. So we've already taken a bunch to friends, and the neighbors are going to come over and pick, and that's just one tree. So this is just one of the mini harvests that we've done, and our neighbors have done harvests at least this big and even bigger. And this is only the first tree of three that is producing. These are all Florida Prince peaches. So not always the prettiest. You can get little spots on them and stuff, but some of them are pretty nice. Not store nice, but and they are all pretty small, but we'll try to fix that next year with a heavy pruning. So even the deer are enjoying the peach tree. At least I think they are. I don't know if you can see, but this one here has horns. So that's a young buck. All right, it's July 19th. We've had some very hot, dry weather, which I think has helped the peaches not get so much of that black stuff. But these are the Belle of Georgias here. And you can see it's got a lot of fruit on it. Not quite as heavy as the Florida Prince, but still, but much bigger fruit. You can see my hand here. That's almost like what I'd call a regular peach size. You know, peaches aren't quite as big as apples, I don't think. Flesh is just a little bit more yellow on these. Very delicious though. And by this date, the Florida Prince is pretty much gone. I think I see one or two on this tree here. This is the one where the branch busted up there. You can see it still. That was so loaded. And here's the Alberta, which has a lot of fruit on it as well. Most of it's up high right now. You can see it there. Pretty good size. They're still smaller than, they're about the same size as the Belle of Georgia, or sorry, the same size as the Florida Prince. So, but these have a darker flesh color on them. I would say at this point, July 19th is about when the Albertas and the Belle of Georgias start to ripen. So I was hoping that they would be apart from each other by about 2 to 3 weeks, but it looks like they're pretty much lockstep together in terms of ripening, which means we're going to have both of these trees available. Well, we got so busy harvesting I forgot to film it, so I didn't film the other trees getting harvested, but needless to say, it was a lot of fruit. And so the pollinating worked, and I'm glad you followed along on our journey here of being our own little busy bees, and we hope that you can join us again. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video. Bye!